All right, let's solve some absolute value equations that are maybe a little harder. Really, it's more that there's more steps and there's a key thing we have to remember to make sure we get the right answer. So our problems are going to look like these examples where I have an absolute value, in this case x plus 2, but then on the left side with that I have this minus 1. We need to actually take care of that negative 1 before we split it up into two equations, because we can't say that x plus 2 minus 1 equals 8 and then x plus 2 minus 1 equals negative 8. One of those actually will work, but because it's just easier to do the same thing each time, our steps become: step 1, make sure the absolute value is by itself on whichever side. If it's not, then do that. And when we do that, we're essentially now thinking of this as like a variable we're solving for, or in this case a smiley face, that in order to get this smiley face by itself I need to add 1 to both sides. I'm not going to worry about what's inside the absolute value until after I've got it by itself. So that's going to give us the absolute value of x plus 2 equals 9. And now we're ready to split it up. Now it looks just like yesterday's stuff. And just like before, it will give us two answers, because we, on the second one, have to switch it to a negative. So x equals negative 11 and equals 7. And so, I mean, that's basically the gist, is we're adding a step where we have to solve for the absolute value before we split it up into two equations. So on B, this is what I want to get by itself. I've got a 5 and a 3. This 3 is multiplication, so this is like saying something like this and asking us to solve it. So which one do I do first, the 5 or the 3? Well, I'm going to do the 5. I'm going to subtract it over to the other side. So 3 times n plus 7 in the absolute value is 21. And then I'm going to divide both sides by this 3. Just like how if it was this equation right here, I would have to divide by 3 to get x by itself. So now I have the absolute value of n plus 7 equals 7. 21 over 3 is 7. So split it up into two equations. So one that equals positive 7 and one that equals negative 7. So n equals negative 14. Okay, what in the world is going on C here that we've got a fraction? Oh my. We need to start off by getting this 3 off of the bottom, and we do that by timesing both sides by 3. So now it equals 3, and I can split this up into plus and minus. So plus 6. And we're gonna get a fraction here. Negative 9/5. And this one, I don't know if I have enough room, but I'm gonna give it a try. So x equals negative 3/5. Like I said, we're gonna get fractions on these sometimes, and that's okay. Last one here. We're trying to get remember this part by itself, so we need to deal with the 8 and the minus 1. We're going to do plus 1 first. And then divide by that 8 in front. So negative 4 minus 6a equals 8. And also negative 4 minus 6a equals negative 8. So a equals negative 2. And a equals positive 2/3. There's our two answers. Thanks for watching.